Hello and welcome... Hello and welcome to Mob of the Dead, the zombies map where death has absolutely no consequence. And I'm not even kidding about that. Every single time you go down, you just turn into a ghost. Or something. I don't really know what it is.
Magic.
Anyway, I'll get onto that thing in a minute, and I just thought I'd say Happy Halloween! And it's pretty much the only reason that this video even exists. I thought Halloween, it's pretty spooky, and Mob of the Dead is also pretty spooky. Put two and two together, and you have a grueling 10 hours of editing for me to do. Now, although Mob of the Dead can be incredibly grueling to play, it can be a grind if you want to unlock everything, it's actually probably the best zombies map in Black Ops 2, although that really isn't saying much. But I digress, because I do actually enjoy Mob of the Dead, and I'm not going to say that it's not good, because you know it is. And a lot of the mechanics that were introduced in this map were then used in later maps in games like Black Ops 3, which made that game as good as it was. So in a way, we all have Mob of the Dead to thank for all of the glorious things we were given in the future of Call of Duty, such as everything. And you may think I'm exaggerating a little bit on that, but let's get back to the point I was originally making. I did say that death has no consequence, and in a way it does, because there is no quick revive on this map. Instead it's replaced with something called the afterlife, where when you spawn in you have a set number of afterlife points that you can use. This essentially means that the number on the side of your screen is the number of times that you can go down in a round without actually dying. The only thing I've never understood about afterlife is the fact that the way that you go into it is that you kill yourself. You like put a fork into an electrical outlet and you just sort of die. This is what this map is, by the way. It's just like, it's weird, but it's cool. Now, Afterlife is not just used as a tool to revive yourself after you go down. You also use it to power up the map. There is no singular power switch on this map. Instead, you need to electrify different areas to power up certain perks, to power up doors so they open, just things like that. While in Afterlife you can jump like you've got your Jordans on and get to incredibly high places, and you can also spurt your ghost JIZZ at zombies to then teleport them to somewhere completely random on the map. It's also worth noting that on the bottom of your screen there is actually a little timer, which if you don't get revived or revive yourself once it hits the bottom, you die completely.
That shit is fucking trash, dog!
I think one of the reasons this map was so cool is that you felt like you were always accomplishing something because of the way the map made you do things. The way to get the Pack-a-Punch on this map is that you need to build a plane to fly off the island. Did I mention this is on Alcatraz? I don't think I mentioned this is... This map's set in Alcatraz! Using a combination of Afterlife and the Warden's Key, you need to go around the map and find bits of a plane which you then collect and then build on the roof, which you then use to fly off the island and escape.
It's working! It's actually fucking working!
To your inevitable doom, because you go into a storm, crash into the Golden Gate Bridge, where you are then greeted with not just a Pack-a-Punch machine, but 4 electric chairs. Into which you then kill yourself, as you have done many times before now, and then you end up on the main island with all the equipment that you had before.
Alrighty then!
Which sounds really dumb when you say it out loud, but then again, as I've already said, the motto for this map is, it's weird, but it's cool. The boss on this map is called Brutus, and it's kind of like if George Romero and Fuckface the astronaut from Moon had a baby, it would be Brutus. Because what he does is he walks around the map with his club, yelling things at you in a very deep voice, and then he takes things away from you because he's an absolute dick. He'll walk around the map and lock down perk machines and the box and things like that, to which you then need to spend points to unlock.
Here comes the money, 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 money.
But the thing that drives me nuts about him more than anything else is if you go on the bridge. Every single round you survive on the bridge, it spawns another Brutus, because I guess the developers knew that the Golden Gate Bridge was going to be one of the best places to train, so they were like, we need a deterrent to make sure they don't stay there all the time. And while they're not much of a threat because they can't lock down the Pack-a-Punch machine, which I love, by the way, when you have 4 of them chasing you at once, it's not so much that they're gonna club you around the face, it's more the ground shakes so much from his feet hitting the floor. It feels like having Parkinson's while riding a horse through a minefield during an earthquake. It's not very fun. Oh my god, what the hell is happening? Oh, this is painful to look at. I feel like Helen Keller right now. I can't see or hear jack shit. Remember when I said that all future Zombies maps would basically copy things from Mob of the Dead? This is probably the most prime example out of all of them. In 3 different places around the map there will be these areas where portals can open if you kill zombies near them, to which point a demon dog head will poke its head out and eat anything that gets killed near it. Because zombies. Feeding the demon dog heads enough zombies will make them disappear back into the wall they came from, leaving a glowing symbol behind. Because zombies. If you then go to the downstairs area behind the laundry room full of dead bodies, you'll then find a floating tomahawk. Because zombies. This mystical floating tomahawk can then be thrown at zombies to then chain between them and knock their heads off, which will then return to you and then start a 5-second cooldown, to which point you can then use it again. Because zombies. I'm being really nitpicky with this thing, because even though it makes no sense, it's still one of the coolest additions to zombies ever, and I absolutely love it. It's called the Hell's Retriever, and I'm really annoyed they never brought it back. Ever. They never brought it back, they just didn't. The Hell's Retriever can also be upgraded to the Hell's Redeemer, which is blue. And that's about it. If you are going to play the zombie map for any reason whatsoever, there are 2 things that I can definitely say are worth playing this map for. The first one are the Easter egg songs, which are fantastic, and the other thing is the wonder weapon, which is called the Blundergat, and is absolutely beautiful. Simply put, you fire 1 shot, it kills everything, you reload, fire another shot, and it kills everything again. That is how you Blundergat. Pack-a-punching the Blundergat will make it the Sweeper, which is a pretty good description.
You're fucking gutted like fucking fish!
And there is a second way of upgrading the Blundergat, which you do by first building the Acid Gat kit, putting the Blundergat into it, which will then turn it into the Acid Gat.
I fucking love this thing!
This, in effect, makes the Blundergat fire 3 small acid-filled monkey bombs instead, which have a huge radius.
That's one way to do it!
And then Pack-a-punching the Acid Gat will then turn it into the Viltrolic Withering, which is the Acid Gat more, I guess.
I ain't keeping you as a pet!
And those are the fundamentals of Mob of the Dead. Yes, there's other things I could have gone over, the way you get the plane parts, which is boring, using the gondola, which is boring, the traps that are boring, the characters that are mostly boring, the Easter eggs, which just really, really piss me off.
There's a problem. There's something wrong. Something's going on.
And there is the Ray Gun Mark II and the Golden Spork, but, you know, ears. God, Black Ops 2 is such a good game.